Hi everybody, welcome to this video on how to protect heritage. UNESCO has stipulations for heritage in danger. Armed conflict and war, earthquakes, and other natural disasters, pollution, poaching, uncontrolled urbanization, and unchecked tourist development pose major problems to World Heritage Sites. Dangers can be asserted referring to specific and proven imminent threats or potential when a property is faced with threats which could have negative effect on its World Heritage values. Threats to heritage and damage are brought to light both by professionals and non-professionals alike. Local communities and individuals, national and international actors are working together in an unprecedented way in this digital age. This very MOOC is an example of such collaboration. Another example comes from ICROM, which runs the First Aid to Cultural Heritage in Times of Crisis course with the support of UNESCO and the Netherlands Prins Claus Foundation Cultural Emergency Response Unit. Their course aims to train cultural specialists in the following. First, how to explore the values associated with cultural heritage and the impact that disasters have on these values. Second, how to assess and manage risks to cultural heritage in emergency situations. Third, how to secure, salvage and stabilize a variety of cultural materials. And fourth, how to take preventive actions to reduce disaster risk and improve response. And fifth, how to identify the relevant legal instruments which are applicable to disaster risk management of cultural heritage at the international, national and regional scale. And finally, how to communicate successfully with the various actors involved and work in a team. One of ICROM's outreach works has involved assisting in digitization of archives and libraries, both in crisis situations, like in Haiti, or in more preventive ways. Various local communities also initiated their own rescue missions. We have the so-called badass librarians of Timbuktu and the current-day monument men of Syria who saved heritage in times of war. Sites and objects are digitized and kept in different platforms. During and in the aftermath of the Arab Spring, threats to heritage in places like Egypt increased. This led to community-led actual protection and also digital recording and monitoring of problems. Ushahidu, which means witness in Swahili, is a project in Kenya which came out of the tumult that followed the elections in the end of 2007. This platform was created by communities to give information to each other about the events and also conflict areas. This type of usage of the internet has been then applied later in the Arab Spring by communities online. More bespoke digital specialist NGOs include SciArc, which record many World Heritage Sites and potential World Heritage Sites. They worked in Somaliland with the local Horn Heritage Organization, digitizing 3 rock art sites, a topic we will discuss in the final case study. This new research on online community digitization is more and more associated with the notion of democracy. The digital is seen as a tool to freedom of expression and information. It promotes transparent and accountable sociopolitical systems, especially when the concept of open access is considered. The legal instruments for the protection of heritage in times of crisis are used to protect heritage. Some of these are the Hague Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the event of armed conflict and its protocols, and the 1972 World Heritage Convention. there is a legal provision criminalizing attacks against cultural property, which is pertinent to armed conflicts. Serge Bremertz and his colleagues write the following. Under Article 3 of its statute, the ICTY has jurisdiction to prosecute criminal violations of the laws or customs of war. While non-exhaustive, Article 3 specifically identifies 5 such crimes, including seizure of, destruction, or willful damage to institutions dedicated to religion, charity, and education, the arts and sciences, historic monuments, and works of art and science. The ICTY, using different legal instruments, has successfully developed international law for criminal prosecution of those that commit attacks against cultural property. Along with the frameworks and policies and measures mentioned above, one of our experts, Dr. Martijn Manders, summarized a few key factors to consider in the protection of heritage in general and maritime heritage in particular. Dr. Manders suggests we have a divide between non-physical and physical protection. For the non-physical, Manders suggests assessments and legal protection and education, and above all, to tell engaging stories that include and inform people. Also, Manders suggests that education is important for a bottom-up approach to be achieved in heritage management. The Faro Convention has contributed to this more bottom-up approach. In terms of practical approach, for the physical protection, Manders suggests protecting sites like the maritime by covering them with appropriate material, monitoring, reporting, repair, and working together with various stakeholders, including environmental specialists. For example, in maritime context, this can mean that sometimes sites will, for instance, not be excavated or protected, but used as hard substrata where fish can find shelter and protection. This is just a snapshot of various methods. There are many technologies and methodologies for the protection of heritage, both globally and locally. We have a very interesting case study this week for you, but please watch the expert interviews first.